Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Rumble Pack podcast.
Yay!
It's been a while, but we are still here. It's episode 54. It only took 2 months.
No, it only took 1 month and then 1 month of planning.
Oh, true. This month episode needed an entire month to plan.
Because so much has happened.
That's
but
true.
Really, so much has happened.
Honestly, a lot. Once we get into fall, Nintendo starts ramping up a bunch of their IPs. So honestly, this is a good time to have a podcast.
It's a great time to have a podcast and talk about all of the things that Nintendo has brought back from the dead recently, basically.
Honestly, yeah. So, let's just jump right into it. One of the first things that has come up since we were last here is Sora is now in Smash.
Not only is he in Smash, he is the last Smasher that will ever smash in Ultimate.
That's true.
With hype at literally its absolute high, and me expecting to be disappointed, and everyone else expecting to be disappointed.
I was like going into it. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna react to this if it's like some character I don't care a thing about.
But it was not that.
Right.
And for some reason, they decided to pull like the best character. I won't say the best. The most requested. They gave us the data.
Sure. That's true.
And they actually got Sora in Smash, which when we did the Smash Brothers Ballot, 5-6 years ago?
Yeah, because when was that? That was at the tail end of the Wii U version?
Right.
That's crazy. Because that seems like a lifetime ago. That seems like it was like a decade ago.
It basically was. And when that ballot came out, everyone on it seemed to be basically impossible. And now all of them are in it except Gino.
That will never happen. Sorry,
But Sora did happen, and I don't know. They had to go through so much red tape to get this done.
I'm sure, like, they've probably been negotiating about this for, like, obviously months, but, like, I would say probably a year or two, maybe. I have no idea how it goes, but you'd think working with, like, trying to create a Disney IP is, like, probably the hardest thing ever.
That's the thing, Disney. And while I am personally disappointed that Donald and Goofy don't get their cameo appearances, they still got Sora, and they got all of the Kingdom Hearts representation in there through the stage. It is, just like all the other downloadable content characters, it is a love letter to Kingdom Hearts, and they did everything they could to make a Kingdom Hearts character in Smash feel like Kingdom Hearts, look like Kingdom Hearts, and, give you that nostalgia.
Well, it's cool that even though they didn't get, like, Donald and Goofy, they did get some Final Fantasy characters in there. Obviously, they have Cloud now and Sephiroth. Obviously, those weren't there to represent Kingdom Hearts, but obviously they were there to represent Final Fantasy VII. But it's just kind of a nice, like, oh hey, these guys were in that game, so. And they kind of played on that in the trailer and stuff. They showed like Cloud in his reveal trailer, like kind of reminiscing back on like when you first meet Cloud at the Coliseum in Kingdom Hearts. So
I actually didn't pick up on that, but that's definitely right.
Yeah, I was watching some like side by side thing, and it was like the shot where it shows Cloud in the Sora trailer is like almost shot for shot how he like first sees him in the game. So I was like, oh, that's a kind of a cool nod.
It's something they definitely planned.
Oh yeah. I kept also seeing like memes where it was like, oh, Donald and Goofy are just duck hunt. It's a dog and a duck, so they're like they could do some sort of like spirit fighter thing, but
that actually will that sounds like something that'll happen.
Yeah.
But what's to say about Sora, the actual fighter? Sakurai did introduce him by saying, while most of the DLC fighters are very unique and difficult to pull off, Sora is not like that.
Yeah, I think which is good in my opinion, because some of the more recent ones have been a lot more technical to me. And I'm kind of glad that he's just kind of his moveset is pretty straightforward in my opinion.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He swings a keyblade for most of his moves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, another anime sword fighter.
Yeah, I was like, say what you want, like that he's an anime sword fighter, but at least it's different, I guess.
It's different because he has clown shoes that can fly.
True.
But yeah, I mean, it's different because it's Sora, and they definitely went for the aerial moves, which is unique amongst all of the sword fighters, literally all of them.
Well, like, yeah, because that was one thing they said in the reveal. They're like, Sora means sky. He's a very like aerial fighter. He's very floaty. He's very light. If he gets hit hard, he's gonna launch far. So, for some reason, when they like kind of announced him as an aerial fighter, I was wondering like who else on the roster is considered like an aerial fighter, like a Meta Knight or something.
Yeah, that's what I would think of. Meta Knight, Kirby, and Jigglypuff are.
I guess they are very floaty. Yeah, that makes sense.
Pikachu, maybe, kinda.
Yeah.
But not only is he an aerial fighter, like in attack wise, but they've given him so many recovery options that they almost. I mean, half of the Sakurai plays Sora was Sakurai doing cheesy things, completely off the edge of the stage.
Yeah, and then just like grabbing the edge of the stage, like, oh hey, look, I can get back to it super easy.
Right, which I wonder how often people are going to play Sora like that, and if so, he might become the most annoying character.
Well, it seems like if you get them off the stage, like you can just kind of keep attacking them like basically in midair, like or below the stage, and just like kind of keep pestering them, and then like recovery is not even an issue. So that'll be interesting when he actually comes out to play him and see how it goes.
Right. The rest of us who aren't actually good at Smash are going to end up suiciding as much as possible.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, you see all these like highlights of pros like jumping off the stage and just like pummeling someone because they're so like low to the lower border or whatever. They can just like tap them and then they just like boop, they're dead.
Right.
So it's like, but like if I try that, I'm always like, oh, I missed, and then I'm just dead.
But we should try to get better.
Yeah. I try to get on the highlight reel. I try to get on the ESPN 8.
So I don't think we're going to go through his full move set, but were there any highlights, any really features that make Sora that you
Sure. So like, just the special moves, I always think just kind of they always represent kind of who the character is, you know? Like, the smash attacks for each character are just like, oh, they swing their weapon or they punch or whatever. But the specials to me are always like, oh, this is like what I remember about the character.
Right.
So like his neutral special is just the different kinds of magic he uses in the game, which I think is kind of the perfect way that they like represented that magic, but still had it like represented it how it is in Kingdom Hearts, but in a way that would work in Smash.
Right.
So, like the way it works is basically it's his fire, his blizzard, and his thunder spell, lightning spell, and it basically just rotates every time you press your neutral special. It's going to go to the next one, and it's in a preset order. So it's not like random how like Hero is for Monster. Dragon Quest. It's not like random. You don't like go through a menu or anything. It's always like fire, electric, ice, or I don't remember the exact order, but it's always a set order. So that's really cool because like to me, those are like the first 3 spells you get in the game. Those are like very iconic.
Sure.
All of them have like different kind of like abilities, which is cool.
And to add to that, which I really enjoyed, is if you mash neutral special, you do continue to cast the same spell. So you can spam
Right, yeah, that's
like
right.
fire if you want.
I forgot
You
about
just have to do a little pause to get to the next one.
Sure.
And each of them definitely, it comes out in a slightly different way, so it's obvious that they envision different purposes for
Right.
fire as compared to
Sure.
electric.
Because like the ice one, like it's kind of just like a ray or something, and then it actually freezes your character like a Mr. Freezy item or like a Lucas PK whatever it's called.
Right.
And then like the lightning actually comes down like 3 bolts in a row, which is kind of neat. So yeah, definitely like different. They're gonna be worth using at different times. It's not just like the same like move, but just recolored, like red, yellow,
Right.
blue. It's like actually looks different, has different predicaments that you could use them in. Another one that's really cool, that's really iconic from the game is called Sonic Blade. It's your side special. You basically like have this lock-on looking icon appear on the person, and you like he like goes like head first, I think, like with his keyblade, and he's like spinning, and he's just like kind of like this bullet or arrow that kind of just like goes straight towards the lock-on target. So very similar to like Sonic, you know how he has like the ball move where he just curls up and just like zoom,
Yep.
zoom. It's like a lock-on move, pretty much like that. That's like to me, like I feel like one of the best moves in Kingdom Hearts. It's like everyone uses it, so it's like super good. So that would be cool. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that were interesting. He does have a counter, which to me it's always like the counter is always just like kind of a cop out to me. It
Right.
seems like it's always
It
like,
is.
oh, what's down B counter?
Hey, it has different properties from other
Yeah.
counters.
This one, yeah, it's actually different. It's like 1.5 damage or something. I don't know how that compares to other counters. I don't know if you
Not
just
sure.
like have the damage reflected at you, or if different characters have different strengths of counters. But his counter, you have to be facing the attack that's incoming if it's melee. I suppose if it's projectile, I suppose it's the same thing. But the interesting thing is, so if I'm Sora and a projectile is coming at me, he reflects and actually goes behind you,
Right.
which doesn't usually happen in a counter. Usually, goes back the way it came from. This time it goes backwards. So like, if someone's behind you, then they're going to get the damage, not the person that actually shot it.
And that will cause major chaos in
Oh, yeah.
early matches.
Yeah. I was thinking, if you're just playing in like a 1v1 match, like I don't really know how useful that will be, at least for projectiles, because it's like, who are you shooting at? No
Right.
one. But I mean, definitely in a party match, like anything above 1v1 is going to be interesting for that. So yeah, I guess we can just go through his up B, his last special, while we're talking about it. It's called Aerial Sweep. It's kind of just a double jump thing. I don't really know. It's just like a yay. He goes up.
Yeah.
Attacks.
That's not the special, is it? The one that's basically links, but you can do it from the ground?
Oh yeah, I think that is it.
We must be talking about the same thing, but yeah.
I think we are.
Okay.
It looks like it could be very useful though, because yeah, that was the one that was like links, but you can use it basically anywhere, which is awesome.
Right. And what's I always get triggered by that when I play Link. I
Yeah.
can't go up in the air while
Oh,
staying on
yeah,
the
yeah.
ground.
Yeah.
Because I always expect to, because you can't use it as a attack really
Right.
as well.
Yeah.
Which Sora you can.
Yeah, so that will be interesting. His final smash is called Sealing the Keyhole. It's basically what happens in Kingdom Hearts. like
Without Donald and Goofy.
True. That is true.
That's the only
You will
place-
not be seeing Donald and Goofy ever in this game, probably.
extra DLC character.
Yeah. So basically, he traps the opponent in like a door, and then he seals it away with the Keyblade.
looked like every other Final Smash, not necessarily.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much. It's
good
just
or
like,
bad.
oh, you get in this little area where you're gonna get attacked, and then you just get hurt by like some explosion thing.
Yeah.
The end. But yeah, he looks really cool. The Sakurai like plays thing or whatever they're called. I was getting very excited for him because I was like, he looks very like versatile, like and very mobile, I guess.
Right. The mobile part's going to make it fun for literally everyone.
Yeah.
I'm really excited since I play a lot of Kirby. I feel like
Yeah.
the whole aerial fighting will be similar, and yeah. I guess since I didn't play Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3 like all the way through, I don't have the same affinity for the very specifics when you got added.
Sure.
But I did really enjoy that with the magic, they decided to put your current magic right above your
Yeah.
health icons,
Mhm.
your percentage,
Yeah.
in the Kingdom Hearts style bubble, which
Oh,
I
yeah,
really
yeah.
enjoy
Yeah,
when
that's
they
cool.
bring over little touches from the original game.
Yeah, like similar to how like Sephiroth or not Sephiroth, but Cloud is. He has like the little limit gauge,
Right.
which is like basically pulled straight from the game. It's like
Exactly.
yeah, I love little nods like that.
And then the other obviously big nod is the stage, which once again is the
Stage's
most
cool.
playable thing ever, because
Yeah.
the first 3/4 of it is just a flyover of Hallowed Bastion.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I have no hatred or affinity for that, but I do know the music's cool, so
Yeah.
I'm in for that.
That is a cool thing that we're getting like the Kingdom Hearts music. I'm like, this is gonna be awesome.
I was really pulling for Traverse Town music because
Ooh, that
it's
would've
just
been good.
so. I don't know,
It's not very good fighting
I
music
know.
though.
It's terrible fighting music.
It's like,
But to
oh,
me,
here's this
that's-
peaceful town where like all these people like wind up and they're like kind of shipwrecked in space.
For some reason, that's the iconic music to me. I don't know why.
I mean,
so
it's
good.
iconic for sure, but
Anyway, that's not happening.
right.
What is happening is the Hello Bastion flyover, but then once you get down to the final life, it goes to like a final destination type mode.
Yeah.
Which looks awesome.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but like when you're fighting in this like the stained glass looking place,
Right.
I don't remember what it's
Wait.
called, but it's very important to Kingdom Hearts. I was like, that looks awesome.
And that's where you get the cameos of the other Kingdom Hearts characters.
Right.
So they're not in the background as like moderately okay models.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
la that street fighting game,
Yeah.
King of Fighters.
Yeah.
But you get the cool stained glass art, which does look great.
Yeah.
And the entire setting, the dark with the stained glass, is just
Yeah.
very epic.
Looks awesome.
And very Smash, really.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a nice touch to the stage. It makes it unique.
Yep.
I kind of wish I could just start there.
Well, and kind of a nice thing, little touch that they added too was if you're Sora and you win and you take the person's final life, you actually do the same kind of animation style that happens when you beat a boss in Kingdom Hearts. It's like slow motion, like this, like yeah, it's like this very specific sound effect, and it's like kind of this light effect that happens. So it's like that's awesome.
And actually, those are some of my favorite little touches actually that they've added. So Kazuya, his
Yeah.
slow down animations, like they're just so cool because they're just a little bit different, but they
Right.
don't change the game any.
Yeah, or like when you win as Joker and it's like the end of Persona 5 like battle
Right.
thing. It's like just those little things that like after you beat a battle and you're actually playing the actual game that the character's from, like you're like become trained to know what's gonna happen next. Like you're trained to like if you're playing Joker, like I'm gonna hear this music, my little character's gonna run across the screen and I'm gonna see the experience and all that. And it's like they did a very good job of like, oh, you won the battle, like here's what usually happens in that game, which is really cool.
Once again, it's a love letter to all these franchises, and after
Yep.
89 characters, is it 79? 79
I
characters.
can't remember. I thought we were in the 80s, but
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Probably 89.
It's a lot of characters.
We're done. And I don't know if they can ever make another Smash game, and
They're definitely they're never going to be able to get all these characters back in another game. That's just impossible, I think.
Oh, it is, obviously.
So, and I feel like a lot of people are going to be kind of burnt by that. Like, imagine the next Smash game, like, they'll have new characters, but like 40 of them or something, like a 40-player roster, and it's just not going to feel the same. It's going to feel like Smash Ultimate, and then like, oh, the next one is a downgrade.
It'll be interesting to see how they handle it, but the fact that we have Smash Ultimate and hopefully can play our Switches for the forever future
Yep.
Is a miracle.
Yeah. One last thing I did want to say about Sora was talk about his costumes.
And they're just colors.
Some of them are. So his normal one is just his kind of OG Sora from Kingdom Hearts 1. He has a Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit. He has a what's called Valor form. He also has a Wisdom form. Those are from Kingdom Hearts 2. He has a Dream Drop Distance outfit. He has Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit. He has his there's another form in Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm blanking on the name. It's like the coolest form. It's like the one you unlock last.
What, the Toon one?
No, it's like black and white.
No.
But and then there is the Toon one, which is kind of cool because it's like the most like nod kind of at Disney that there could be, I suppose. But it's not. It's Kingdom Hearts, I guess. I don't know.
And it's echoes some of the other fighters' costumes in Kirby and Game & Watch. Like, it fits that vibe. As much as I would have loved Little Mermaid Sora, it's a good choice.
Yeah. I was wondering, it's just called Final Form. It's the outfit. I was wondering if they were going to do some, like, wacky things like that, but I'm kind of glad they just stuck to kind of like 1, 2, 3 outfit, some of his dry forms, and then the one special one is the Timeless River, like Disney-esque one.
Yeah.
So that's Sora. I never would have thought we would have got Sora. Like, I saw some stuff leading up to it, like, I don't know if they were leaks or what, but like, did you see the thing about the person who had to somehow like give the rights to some Disney music, some project? Like, there's some like leak like a week or two before where it was like some worker at Disney was talking about having to like do some paperwork about signing rights over to the music to be used in some like presentation, and everyone's like, oh, that's the day of the direct.
And frankly, even had I heard that, I would have.
Well, I know. I literally read it and I was like, okay, like anyone could just type this, like anyone could just be saying this. So
yeah, that's the other cool thing is really none of these characters got actually leaked.
That's true. I'm curious now to like go back and like look at some of what were leaks, way back, and like look at the little, because there was that one, remember, it was like kind of like code names or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to like look back and see, do any of these align, or is it just, they're probably just guesses, but who knows.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So Sora is coming October 18th, which is 5 days from now.
Which is when this should come out. So go get Sora.
Sora, download it. Buy the last fighter pass if you haven't already.
Buy all the fighter passes.
Honestly, yeah, you need to.
Just for the ridiculousness of having all of these characters.
Yep.
Oh, actually, we're not going to talk about this anymore.
But one last thing.
What's your favorite character in Smashdown?
I'm too biased right now with Sora. Ask me in like a month and I'll be able to tell you, but
okay.
Because Sora's just like been all I've been thinking about. So it's like right now I'm gonna say probably Sora because it's what's hype and what's new, it's what's shiny, but we should do that. We should kind of take a retrospective on all the new ones that were added for Smash Ultimate for Switch, and we should talk about that.
Then I'll hush and we'll save that for another time. So the next thing that's kind of on the Nintendo schedule is more guessing right now because there's
Sure.
an Animal Crossing Direct coming tomorrow for the first time in like a year or so.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
And frankly, I think everybody had written this game off as dead.
I didn't think they were going to do any more updates, so I was definitely surprised when they showed this off.
Because they did a full year of updates
Right.
or holidays added in as they came.
Yep.
But then this year it's been radio silent, really.
Yeah.
So they've announced this Direct, and the teaser trailer basically it showed the Roost.
Yep.
And it showed Brewster.
Yeah.
So that's what we know.
I mean, that's kind of enough, honestly, to get people excited because everyone was like, "Where's Brewster at? We've got to have like the little cafe. Where's it at?" So, and a lot of people were like, right when they showed the museum and like that little entrance, I feel like everyone was like, "Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's here. It's finally here." Because I think people had somehow data mined something that like they saw like something referring to this was on the horizon, like it was coming, but obviously like you don't know if it is actually going to come. You don't know if it's got scrapped. It's just like something that was in the code from like a long time ago and they just scrapped it or what. But I was kind of surprised even to see anything Animal Crossing related in the directs, and seeing this was very exciting for a lot of people.
It's exciting because it shows they're still working on it.
Yeah.
I'm actually more excited because I'm pretty sure it's a 20-minute Direct or something. It's not
That's
like
what I
a
think. I
3-minute
think it is
thing.
long.
And so I'm expecting more than just Brewster. I mean,
Yeah.
Brewster's fine.
Because they can't stretch that out for 20 minutes.
Right.
There's got to be something.
So I guess to me, I'm hoping that this includes like more store or the next level of Nook store or something like that.
There was that too. That kind of how I was saying that they data mine that. There is data mines for that. So
Because the step they have to get over now is
Yeah.
for you and me. Like me and Devin, really, we both
Yeah.
love Animal Crossing. We put our 200 hours in, and then we got.
I think
burnt out.
Devin's pushing 400 to be honest, which is just insane.
I wasn't gonna say, but yeah, we got our fun from the game, and Animal Crossing is such that you have to have that daily loop.
Yeah.
You feel like you want to get on because there's something new, so they're going to have to get me back into that daily loop, which with something a little bigger than being able to buy coffee, probably.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
another store would help, and that's I guess what I'm hoping this Direct is going to be able to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to look here and see how long the duration is, but it says 20 minutes, 20-minute presentation,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
All of the holiday ones were like 5.
Yeah, I know. It was like literally just like, this is when it is, this is what the holiday is, this is like some cool things you could do, this is the new items, this is when it's going to drop.
Exactly.
Done. Like it was like super just cut and dry. Like this being 20 minutes, I really don't know what they're going to do.
Do you have any hopes that you can think of?
Well, I keep thinking like, what is not in the game? What if they put in older games that we're currently missing?
Sure.
Like Brewster was obviously a big one, but to me it's like I can't think really of big ones. Like hardcore fans obviously are gonna know like things that are missing that I am not thinking of. But like to me, being a pretty casual Animal Crossing fan, like it's all there. Like I don't know honestly.
The obvious one you're missing, which did get also data mined along with different stores in Brewster, are the gyroids, which in this game
true.
been relegated from being statues that did nothing
Yeah.
to statues that only build bridges for you.
Yeah. Huh, that is interesting. I guess there are some things that would be cool if they added like I remember in the GameCube version, I thought it was super cool that you could have the items that were little replicas of town buildings.
Oh yeah,
Because I remember in my basement of my Animal Crossing town, I just had basically like a little diorama of my town with just little buildings, and I put them kind of like in the relatively close to the same location.
sure.
And I guess that and the NES games.
The NES games are not happening.
Yeah, they're definitely not doing that because like obviously there's Nintendo Switch Online now, which is like why would they let you play those games for free?
Right.
Free buying Animal Crossing, but you know, not like a subscription based thing. So I don't know. I'm kind of glad that we don't know though. Like I'm
Sure.
kind of glad that we basically know that the Brewster thing maybe will take a path. I don't know, but then like hopefully something else is like kind of the rest of the meat of the presentation.
Hopefully, yeah. And if it isn't, then I just continue to not play Animal Crossing, and I'm happy either way.
Yeah, it's like, oh well, I guess we're gonna get a very thorough like Roost / Brewster like tutorial or something. I don't know.
The next big thing that's been announced in the last month, which was also rumored for the last 3 years,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which you segued into very well.
Oh,
Is-
I very meant to do that.
Yeah, is Nintendo Switch Online Plus.
Right.
Is it
Whatever
Plus?
that means.
I think it's Plus.
I don't know what it's
I don't
called.
know. The one that's more expensive,
Mm-hmm.
now including in 64 games.
Did we ever see how much more expensive it is?
They have not said that.
Okay.
All we know is the base games that we're getting. I think it's 10 games.
Yep.
And that it will be more expensive, and it'll just be an add-on to normal Nintendo Switch Online.
Right.
The base lineup of games is good. They tease some games that will be coming later already, and some of those are great. Other than that, I think it's pretty much what people asked for. Now we just get to yell about which games we want in 64 Online.
Yeah. So it's called Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack.
Ooh,
So it's the expansion pack to the whatever.
why did they put the plus in there then?
Well, I don't know if it's. I'm just reading this article, but it says literally Nintendo Switch Online plus sign expansion pack. So maybe it's called that. Maybe it's just called the expansion pack. But I can read through these real quick. It's a short list right now. So it's Super Mario 64. Of course. They have to have it. I was also like thinking, well, now it makes sense that they took off. Yep, with the whatever that was called, the 3D All Stars thing. So there's Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, had to have it. Mario Kart 64, again, must have. Lylat Wars, really don't know much about this game, honestly.
Nor do I.
Sin and Punishment, again, I've heard of it, don't know much about it. Dr. Mario 64, kind of classic game. Mario Tennis 64, classic. Operation Winback, no idea.
Exactly.
Never even heard of it. And Yoshi's Story. So
Very classic.
yeah, so there's 9 games right now that they have. I believe 9.
And then they teased, like I said, some that are coming. Is that
Right.
on that list too?
No, but I do know that like one they teased was Majora's Mask.
Star Fox 64.
Star Fox. Was Donkey Kong one
Yes,
of them?
it was.
Okay, I was like, did they get that rare? Because like I remember thinking, oh yes, they got the rare games. Like this could be like awesome.
Yeah, because Banjo is also one of them.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So the coming later list is very hopeful.
That's right. That'll be awesome because, yeah, I was like worried that they wouldn't get any rare games, and I was like, honestly, that was kind of like some of the best games. Like I was
Right.
worried that Microsoft or however the situation works now that they would not be able to grab those, but super glad that they were able to pull that off.
Now let's just hope it doesn't take him too long to actually put him on the thing.
Yeah. Okay, here are the upcoming ones. Banjo-Kazooie, Pokemon Snap is one that's a good one. The tie-in, since they just had the new one. Majora's Mask, Kirby 64, Crystal Shards.
That's a great
the
one.
best, probably one of the best up there for me. Mario Golf, Paper Mario, which is awesome, and F-Zero X.
Oh yeah, F-Zero. So not Donkey Kong.
Not Donkey
I
Kong.
just could have sworn.
But I think maybe what I was thinking of was they got Banjo-Kazooie, so like maybe that opens the door for the rest of the rare games.
Right.
Who knows? But you'd have to think, since Banjo-Kazooie is in Smash, that there's some sort of relationship there now.
Definitely.
But also something that we forgot to mention about all of this is the Sega Genesis edition. I never really grew up with the Sega Genesis, and yeah, it was very much like kind of out of nowhere, but like we're getting some Sonic games, we're getting some Castlevania, Contra, like some good games.
Yeah.
So that was kind of out of left field, honestly.
It was. I don't think I heard a single person whispering about that.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like those are iconic series, and we just didn't grow up with them.
Right.
So they didn't they weren't the part we were excited about. But
I mean,
would
it was like
absolutely-
kind of the same era, maybe like a little bit earlier, I guess, but very much like classic games. And I'm like, it's cool that they at least have a home somewhere.
Yeah.
Just because like Sega games, who you don't think of those. I don't at least think of them as like any of the big threes games. Like, is it a Nintendo game? Is it like PlayStation? What is it like?
You emulate those and that.
Yeah, it's because it's like, I mean, that console, when all those were on, the Sega's consoles just kind of honestly fell by the wayside.
But now they will have a home.
They will have a home. I guess the final thing that I do want to mention on this is the kind of pro controller things that are coming out with this. I think there's this Sega Genesis controller and an N64 controller coming out. They're both, I think they use a USB-C like charging port, kind of like how the pro controller works. So that'll be neat.
Right, especially oddly not for people that emulate games on computers.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that should be able to work. I mean, it should just be Bluetooth like all the rest of the controllers.
So we'll see. But yeah, it's always great to get newer versions of old controllers because they're usually built just as well as the old versions.
Yeah.
And you know, if you've ever held a Mad Catz controller, that's important.
True.
Now sometimes you need a turbo button, and that's why Mad Catz exists.
Oh, with turbo button. Remember all about that. All right. Anything else to say on that?
Nope.
I'm
I'll be buying
excited.
it once the extra games come out and I can play F-Zero X.
Oh, you think you're gonna wait until?
There's only one game of the original that I need to play.
I guess that's true. I think I'm probably gonna get it when it first comes out and just play a lot of those. That I've already played like a majority of them, but I love just replaying them, and it gives me a reason to, and then second is it gives you the ability to, because like.
What do you mean? My N64 is right
Oh
there.
yeah, for the masses, you know. That's the thing. It's like, I feel like this is going to be this is going to be the new thing to me. I feel like obviously Nintendo's been like they keep all their stuff so close to the chest. Like they take down all the ROMs, anything they can find. You know, they don't let fans do any like whatever you want to call them, like fan remakes of the things using the same assets from their old games. So it's like, for a lot of people, this is the only way they're going to be able to play those old games legally.
Right.
So.
And like you said, it makes them accessible even.
Yeah.
Legally or not. Like some people are too lazy to go find them anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's like we're getting to the point, honestly, where like N64 is 25 years old. It's like
No, it's not.
it's like at some point those games are going to be very hard to come by, like in cartridge form. So we'll see. I think this is the start of what is going to be the new norm.
Yeah, definitely. Now we hope that this carries over to the next system and
Sure.
we don't keep going backwards.
Yeah.
That's for another day.
Yeah. So, Metroid Dread is a new release. A lot of hype around that since the last Metroid game it's been a while since we've had one. I picked this up. You picked this up at all?
I plan to, but I haven't because I have other things.
Sure. So I picked this up. I've played I've basically beaten like the first boss, the first major boss. It's awesome. It's fun. We could probably go into this a lot deeper in a different podcast, but it's like classic Metroid. It's like the two of us beat Metroid and Super Metroid. Yeah, so it's like it very much reminds me of like Super Metroid, which is I think the point. Like
wait, it doesn't remind you of Metroid, which is butting your head against the wall repeatedly.
The one thing that is nice too is I can actually wall jump in this game.
Ooh, that's a big one.
I've only tried it like wall jumping up once, like basically touching the wall and then jumping off to another thing. I don't actually know if you can do it like multiple times because I haven't tried, but I can do it once. And I remember in Super we were like, it was like insane how many times we just had to learn how to do that.
But it wasn't our fault. To be fair, that's a well-known problem.
True.
Yeah, that was the worst part about Super Metroid.
Yeah.
Now, since they fixed that, I think the rest of the game has to be amazing, obviously.
Oh, obviously. But it's super fun. It looks really good. It's like the way that they do kind of like these action cutscenes is awesome. Like you'll walk into a room and then like the perspective will, because it's it's like two-dimensional basically, and then the perspective kind of changes and it's like the game doesn't even skip a beat. Like you go through the door and you're still looking at yourself, but like then the camera changes its perspective and it just goes fluidly into a cutscene. It's like the greatest thing ever. There's like counters in this game because you can actually like melee some things and it feels really good. I don't know. I've only played like maybe an hour and a half of it. Beat the first boss. It's awesome so far. It kind of scratches my itch to play that kind of like Metroidvania game. I'm saying Metroidvania, it's obviously a Metroid, but like for the longest time, like over the summer, I was like, I kind of want to pick up like what's that game called? The bug game.
Snacks.
It's a Metroidvania game. I'll think of it.
But yeah, there is not anything like it on Switch that I know of, especially like a AAA game. So for that
Hollow
reason,
Knight.
it's unique. So that
Hollow Knight. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, but it's awesome. Well, we should definitely get more into it and we can talk a lot deeper in depth about it. But that my first impressions is it's really good.
And all of my friends say it's really good, so
there you go.
It's really good.
That's how you know it's good.
If you like shooty ladies in spacesuits that shoot gross, slimy things,
There's a lot of that.
buy Metroid Dread. Oh, by the way, Devin's not here. She's
usually the one that does the pitches like that. Devin and Poe are not here.
Poe's always here. Have you seen him?
Oh yeah, he's on the ceiling. He climbed up the vine right there.
And now to the main event.
The main event, the meat of the pod.
As we're 3/4 of the way through it.
Right.
The meat of the pod. Really what I am most excited about, and I have dragged everybody else kicking and screaming into that world, I think, is the newest in the Monkey Ball series, Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania.
Of course.
And by newest, we mean newest version
Technically
of old
newest.
things, which is actually what we all wanted.
True.
So yeah, Banana Mania came out about a week ago now.
Mm-hmm.
In our hype for this game, we went overboard and decided to spin off from the podcast and record Monkey Ball in real life. So if you have ever played Super Monkey Ball and thought, man, this would be a great thing to do, like in real life,
Right.
we have the video for you.
We did do that.
So that's on the Fourshade channel, right?
It's on the Fourshade Studios channel on YouTube.
So if you're feeling the Monkey Ball hype like we are, or feeling it after we talk about Monkey Ball, go check out that video.
That's right. We have a prop from the video here.
That's not
Dismantled some part of it, I suppose. I'll give you a little preview of it.
A little preview. But when we weren't playing Monkey Ball in real life, we were playing Monkey Ball on our Switches, which, frankly, barring everything I'm about to say, is fantastic and amazing and everything I ever wanted. And I can't actually believe it's a thing, because Monkey Ball, like Chibi Robo, like F-Zero, like Sonic Good Games,
Yeah.
was something dead to my childhood self.
You thought it was only locked away to your GameCube and you were never going to play it again.
Exactly. But that's not the case.
That's not the case. So, what do we want to do? We want to reminisce on all the Monkey Ball goodness?
Well, first let's talk about what Banana Mania is.
Sure.
So Banana Mania is Super Monkey Ball, Super Monkey Ball 2, and Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, all crammed together in some horrific menu system. But it's all in the same game.
True.
So
It's all there.
It's all there.
You can play it on a modern console, which is nice.
A modern console with completely redone graphics,
True.
which actually look good.
Built-in Unity, surprisingly. Did you see that?
That was very odd to me. Yeah.
I was like, okay, we're doing this.
And Unity works fine.
Yeah. It's Monkey Ball.
It's the biggest compliment I can give after playing through 2 worlds and going through all the modes is that this is Monkey Ball. It's not trying to pretend to be Monkey Ball.
Right.
It's all of the quirks are still there. The physics
Feel spot on to me.
Yeah, and you can change the camera a little bit. That's the biggest improvement.
Yeah.
All the levels are there. All of the mini games are there from Super Monkey Ball 2, which I think we'll go into a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then they've added, for all of those millennial kids that need to spend their money on points and stuff, a coin system basically.
Yeah.
Every time you beat a level or you do a mission,
Yeah.
these missions are very random and there's multiple per level.
Mm-hmm.
You get these coins which you can exchange for new balls, new hats, new shirts.
All the clothes you could ever want, all the ball customization, literally every part of your monkey.
And frankly, it's great.
Yep.
It's wonderful. So I think that's really the newest part of this game though.
Yeah, that's a good recap. I mean, that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Oh yeah, and Hello Kitty's in it if you pay $5.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird things you can have in your Monkey Ball this time around. Not just monkeys. You can have a Dreamcast in there if you want.
A Dreamcast? Those exist?
I think so.
Yeah, you can.
Monkey Ball.
Monkey Ball.
So you've gone through the first 2 worlds.
I've gone through the first 2 worlds. I did so as fast as possible because I have other things to do in my life, but
I kind of did the same thing. Like, I honestly sat down for probably like an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and I think I got through like honestly the first 5 or 6 because a lot of them. That's the thing. It's like I've seen a lot of these levels before, so I was like, oh, I kind of know how to beat most of these, and like we just played through like 1 and 2 recently, so I was like, I know a lot of these. So.
We know the strategies, and
Yeah.
we're both pretty good at Monkey Ball as far as you can be.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, but it's still, it looks good. Like, to me, I was worried about how it was going to, like, I guess, feel, like, because 1 and 2, I haven't played Deluxe, but 1 and 2 have, like, this very, it's like, the physics. I don't know a good way to explain this. It's like very. It feels a certain way, and I knew that if it felt off from that it would just not feel right.
Right.
It's like very fair physics. Like
it's not realistic. It's
right.
not. It's not realistic, but it's Monkey Ball, and it allows you to play the levels, but it's not easy.
Right.
And that balance is very important to the game.
Sure. So but they pretty well replicated it like to a T in my opinion. So I think it's pretty much all there. Do you want to talk about some of these levels that we remember from some of these other games?
So really, this whole game's about reminiscing, and so we thought we would reminisce. Like we said, we played through 1 and 2 very recently.
Yep.
To our not favorite levels, I think most memorable levels, or most levels that give us the jimmies, whatever that means.
Yeah, make you want to wake up in a cold sweat and scream at night.
Yes, because that's definitely a thing. So I guess I'll start out with not that level.
Actually, fun level.
Yeah, I'm starting out with my most, fun. We'll go fun level. And Super Monkey Ball 2, you have a couple of these levels, but my favorite of the throw your monkey off a cliff and watch it fall levels is literally just called Free Fall. It's in like the second world or something. It's not very far into the game.
Yeah.
But that's the level. You throw your monkey off a cliff and get on smaller and smaller platforms as you fall.
Right.
And while this looks easy from a distance, because Monkey Ball has this great mechanic where when you move the monkey, the whole stage and camera changes.
Right.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
And it's not easy even more when you go the bonus gate at the bottom, which is basically impossible and you have to get lucky.
Yeah.
So this hits all of my Super Monkey Ball loves. Throwing the monkey ball around at 200 miles an hour, I think is as fast as it goes.
Oh yeah.
And so they're spinning in the monkey ball, but uncontrollably. 2, feeling like you're playing the game, but actually having no control whatsoever. And 3, the ability to win by dumb luck.
Yes.
Which happens a lot because you'll fall on a platform, bounce up, and have no idea where you are, and then go pop.
Yep. You're like, I hope I land through this freaking goal, please.
Exactly. So Free Fall is fun. Monkey Ball, the most Monkey Ball level I could think of, and that's why I started out with that.
Sure. So one of mine I picked is called Launchers. I actually just got the opportunity to play through this in Banana Mania. Basically, you start on a little starting platform. A lot of these stages you start on like your starting platform, and then it's like, we'll give you a little time to like just get your bearings, and then once you get off that platform, you're into whatever hellscape the stage is. So this stage is literally just like a pillar, but it's like a sloped pillar. And on the 4 sides of the bottom of the pillar, there's these little, some of the Monkey Ball levels have like mechanical objects in them. So
The best Monkey Ball levels.
Yeah, so this level has like these little things that come back, and then ideally you want to get in front of them, and then they shoot forward real quick, and your monkey just will descend up the pillar because you get hit so hard and you're going so fast. And then there's actually a goal that is rotating around the top of the pillar, and obviously you're trying to get into that.
Yeah.
So if you're pro, I suppose you can hit it on the way up, but the only way that I've ever done it is get shot way up, land on the top of the pillar, and then like you can't see where the goal is from there, which is the issue. You have to rely on the mini map.
You know what's up.
Yeah, so like you literally just go to the edge, you wait, you look at the mini map, and you're like, all right, I'm dropping. Hopefully I get it in. Very much like the free fall.
Right.
But so then it's like, if you miss, you're pretty much done for. Like you have to start over.
You have to start over, and you don't have enough time to do it like more than twice.
Right.
So
So that's I don't know if I love this stage, if I hate this stage. It's just one of the ones that is very memorable to me because I feel like it was much harder when I did this growing up. I feel like I probably tried this like 100 times when I was like however young I was when this game first came out, but it's just burned into my memory.
Nice. Yeah, when you first described this, I thought of a different stage, which is why I put it here, called Jump Machine, which is a bunch of like lily pad,
Yes.
lily pad platforms. This is not my pick, by the way. With a thing that blasts you up in the middle of the lily pad. You use those to go up to the top. So I don't know why I'm saying this.
Well, it's very similar. I mean, like this when you put this in the notes and I saw it, like it was very similar to the launcher stage. I was like, oh, I remember trying this one like 100 times.
So for my second stage, I once again went with fun things, but this one is fun for dying, I guess, instead of fun for winning.
Sure.
The stage was reversible gear, and essentially the stage is a circular platform that any idiot can run around without dying for the entire 60 seconds, but that's not how you play the game. In the middle is I guess a gear with a bunch of fins, and there's only one entrance to the center of the gear between two of the fins, and in the center is the goal.
Yep.
So this gear slowly starts going faster and faster and faster, and then winds down, and it stops, and then it slowly goes the other way, faster and faster, faster.
Right.
And then it stops. So the goal is to line yourself up with wherever this hole is going to stop in the gear, and use that slight bit of time to get to the center and into the goal. The fun in that is basically the only way to win is to watch the pattern and to like plan things out, which I enjoy.
Because if you're on the opposite side of the gear, there's no way you have enough time to make it around and get in it before it starts spinning up again. So
right, you have to literally go straight, and that's the only amount of time.
Yeah, you have like a split second to get in there.
And then the real reason I chose the stage is because, like I said, dying is the most fun it is in any Monkey Ball stage. Because if you don't make it to the center, you get caught up in this thing that starts spinning faster and faster and faster, and it ejects you at the speed of light to the stage boundaries every single time. So there's no way to play this stage and either win or get thrown 500 feet away in the middle of like this.
There's only two options.
And that's fun.
It is fun. For me, like, some of the most satisfying stages are the ones where you can literally just spend 5 seconds of life. It's like, you're either gonna do it or you're not gonna do it, and there's no like, I have to wait around 60 seconds until I actually can get to the end of the stage. It's like, am I gonna do the correct input? Like, maybe by chance, or maybe I'm skilled enough, or am I not? And if I'm not, let's quickly redo it.
Yeah, it takes 5 seconds, but that doesn't mean it takes 5 seconds to beat it.
Right.
You're taking 50 lives.
It's a lot of 5 seconds compiled on each other to make up like probably 20 minutes, not 20 minutes, but 10 minutes or something, 5 minutes.
I don't know, I feel like we've spent 20 minutes on stage.
We definitely have. And probably have not beaten some of these in 20 minutes. My next one is definitely one that took us more than 20 minutes. I put this one on here because for me, this was probably one of the most difficult stages I've ever attempted, ever done before. It is called 8 Bracelets. So this is been given a difficulty rating of 10 out of 10.
This is the best.
It is literally 8 rings, which are basically vertical. They're like, rings like this, not horizontal rings.
Sonic rings.
Yes. And you basically have to start on the starting platform, drop into one of the rings, and then each ring is placed perpendicular to the other rings. So you drop down into this ring, You have to make a 90-degree turn into another ring, make another 90-degree turn into another ring. You basically have to do that how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I think the goal is on the 5th ring. So it is incredibly difficult to make that type of turn in Monkey Ball. You're on like the skinniest platform, you have to build up all this momentum, and then while you're in the air, make this like tight 90-degree turn somehow.
Right.
Which, if you've played Monkey Ball, like, that is so incredibly difficult to do. So we, like we said, we were playing through Super Monkey Ball 2, I think this was in.
Right.
And we were beating stages like in like a couple of attempts. Then we got to this stage and it literally took us like probably 45 minutes to beat.
And I'm not sure how we beat it either. It just happened.
I don't either. It was like, yeah, it was like we would each take like 10 attempts, and then we just get so frustrated. We'd be like, okay, you need to take this controller from me. Like, give it something to try. Yeah.
I think you're selling the short. So you're not making a turn in the air. You're being Tony Hawk Pro Skater and like ramping off.
I guess that's true.
And like, but not ramping too far, but also turning. And then hitting the ground is when you make the turn to like go the other direction.
That's true. That's true.
So you've got like
you
some
kind of have to,
acrobatics.
you kind of have to ramp it at an angle to get the turn made, because I guess you can't really turn in the air.
Right. It's a combination of a bunch of stuff in a row, and like you said, you have to do it 6 times in a row, and it's super difficult every single time.
Yes.
And it only gets worse because in the Monkey Ball way is to make the hardest part of the stage at the end, to make sure that if you do have a good run, it all gets wasted once you get to the harder part.
Yep. So that's my pick, one that was literal hell on earth.
Nice. I'll follow that up with the real hell, though.
Ooh.
My final pick was also my difficulty pick.
Okay.
And why it's burned into my head. And this stage is called Arthropod.
Ooh.
I'm not sure why it's called Arthropod, but it is. And the entire stage is made up of like 5 rings that are all spinning in the same direction, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
And they're all huge. So you're only on the top bit of this ring. And you just can't stay still because the rings are turning and they've got little fins that will punch you down and off the side. The catch is that these rings aren't connected, so there's a gap between each one, meaning you have to go super fast or else you'll fall. And the goal is on the last ring, and it's spinning. There's only one goal, and it's spinning around this huge ring. So this is also a 10 out of 10 stage, and it's because that goal never stops moving, and that goal takes 40 seconds to get to the top of the ring.
Yep.
So playing this stage means sitting around for 30 seconds, then going, you think the goal's there? Yeah? Let's go. And then you go straight and then see if you hit the goal. And then you don't. And then you do that for an hour.
Yep.
And this is a terrible description. We need video of us playing.
No, I'll put this on the video. You'll understand what we're talking about, because I'm like, how are we supposed to describe these? Well, do you wanna know something that you're gonna get very mad at?
There's an easy way to choose this stage.
Not really, but
okay.
One, it's probably called arthropod because those cones that you're saying are connected at the top. They're like a spider's legs. It's like a being walking on the things.
Oh yeah.
It's like an arthropod thing.
Okay, yeah.
So it's probably like a crab or something.
Yeah.
That's not what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is I did this stage in Banana Mania already. They changed this stage.
They nerfed some stages.
They changed this stage, and I was like, there's no way I beat this easily. Beat it second try. That would tell you how easy it is. The gap in between the rings is almost non-existent in Banana
Oh.
Mania. So it's like you're literally just, it's like a bump. I don't even know if you can fall in between it. Second, the goal comes up on the last ring still, but it takes like 10 seconds.
Oh, well.
So you're not waiting like 45 seconds. Like
Nice.
it's literally like you're there, you win.
That's a good change.
So yeah. Very difficult though, I remember in 2 or whatever this game was in. Or I think it was 2.
And
But in Banana Mania, very easy.
another good thing about Banana Mania, they did change some stages that are dumb and stupid like this one, but you can play the terrible original versions if you unlock original mode in these.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
This version is in there if you feel like reminiscing.
Okay. One thing I was gonna say about Banana Mania was on the GameCube, you know how the control stick has notches in it? I was playing this and I was like almost wishing there was notches
Oh,
in the
yeah.
Switch Pro controller. Because I was like, I can't just hold straight. Like, I have to like actually, there's no way you're just gonna go straight.
Right. So they're, some of my favorite stages in Monkey Ball are the ones that you figure out that you just hold straight when it says go.
Yeah, and you win.
You will go straight because you got that notch, and then you
Yeah.
win.
You're probably gonna get bumped around a couple times, but you'll get in the goal somehow.
Right. But you're right. It's even if you use the Pro controller the same way you say, I'm going to go straight from the beginning,
Yeah.
you're not going straight.
Yeah.
You're never going immediately.
Well, that's the thing. It's because it's like I never would have thought like. So I would have said like I went less directions on my control stick, but now I'm like, oh, maybe 8 directional control stick doesn't sound so bad.
Right. Yeah, I was noticing that too because I was like, do I have drift? No, I just don't know what straight
Yeah,
is.
I can't just make a 0 degree north or whatever.
Right.
So my last pick, I guess that kind of segues into this, is called Gravity Slider. This one is just, it's fun. This is just fun for me. It's basically a giant ramp that just goes down. That's it. The one thing about it is as you go further and further down, it narrows, like little notches get taken out of each side, and at the end you're basically left with like a little track that is basically as wide as the monkey ball is. But like this is one where I did this one in Banana Mania, and normally you could just hold straight on this one in another monkey ball game, but this one you actually have to be going straight or
Sure.
else you will fall off the edge. And one of my favorite parts of this one, again, it's just fun, is the goal is at the very end of this giant ramp downhill. But then there's like bananas way out past the goal. So it's like if you're going super fast, you'll hit these extra bananas at the end. It's just kind of like a bonus, like fun thing.
And I don't think I've ever gotten those bananas because I'm too cautious or something.
I hit like, I think in Banana Mania there might be like a line of them. So it's like, oh, if you go like a certain amount of momentum, like certain
Get
speed,
some.
you'll get some, but like there was like a giant bunch of like the big bunches of bananas at the end. I was like, ooh, I kind of just want to try this again and just go full tilt, just like all the way down.
Right. Yeah, the
Grab the
stage
slider.
always, I don't know if gravity works the same way on this stage because it doesn't seem to work in my mind every time I look at it. And that's why this stage is memorable to me.
Nice.
The other thing I want to point out and why Banana Mania is actually terrible and you should not buy it is you cannot switch the speedometer from kilometers per hour to miles per hour, and as
Oh.
America,
You can do that in other games?
yeah.
I did not know that.
Well, I'm offended and it's terrible.
I thought you were gonna say it's terrible because there's not Dole bananas.
That's the other reason it's terrible. Is this the new segment? All the reasons?
Yeah,
it's
all the
terrible?
we have to talk about all the good things about a game, and then we have to nitpick them into the ground.
Okay.
But then we have to tell you to buy it at the end.
I mean, we can do that. But Dole bananas have been X'd. That sucks.
Yeah.
Other things that have been X'd, there is no credits game. For some reason, they just thought a slideshow would be good enough for the credits.
Oh, that's
No.
lame. I don't like that.
Yeah, you need a credits game. What else? Oh, they got rid. You can buy the original music, but it's different, and this music's not as good.
Oh, I did not know that.
That's bad. Now, the reasons you should buy this game, they did get rid of the original Mania music, which was fine, and replaced it with this upbeat monkeys, bananas
I do
song,
like the mini
and it's
music.
amazing.
I do like that music.
It is lovely.
It's very catchy. I can't. Isn't there like some sort of lyrics or something on the intro one? I can't remember what it is, but like I started it up and Devin was in the other room and she was like mockingly like singing it back, and it got stuck in my head. I can't remember what it is now, but
they're English lyrics too. I thought it was some Japanese thing, but no. Yeah, now I'm just ranting. That's actually good. I don't think we'll actually do this, but we should list all the mini games and give some short thoughts on those too.
Okay, let's do it.
First off is Monkey Race, which is monkeys racing.
Yeah.
I played this. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's got items. It's got booster pads. It's way more fleshed out than it should be.
It is, yeah. It's more than you'd think.
And I'm glad it's back. That's a good segue into the fact that Banana Mania is a 4-player game, local, not online. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I like couch co-op, especially for stuff like this. Like,
right.
This is what I remember from GameCube era, so.
Yeah, Monkey Race online would be very weird.
It would be so chaotic. The thing is, like, what I was thinking is, if there was some sort of online component, like, even if there was, like, time trial mode where, like, you're going against someone on a stage or something, a lot of these stages, like, you have to know some special, like, monkey ball, like, pro move to do on some of these, and it would just be so unfair, I feel like.
Well, you do realize there is a time trial, like, online leaderboard.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
I did that. I put on my beginner time. I uploaded it online. It was like terrible, but I just was like, I want to see what this is.
I do like that because I can see what the ridiculous people are pulling on these games, these stages.
And it's one of those things where it's like you can see the top leaderboard, or you can filter it to just your friends.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. So like if you, I think it's like you hit like R, one of the bumpers or something. It goes to like, oh, these are just your friends' time. So it's like, to me, it's like, I want to beat my friends. I don't care about like this guy halfway across the world. Like that's. Monkey Ball is his life, like.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I hope some of our friends buy this just for that.
I know. Yeah.
If not, we'll go back and forth. We'll pick a stage of the week.
That'd be fun.
So back to mini games. What are segments? The second mini game is Monkey Fight.
Ooh, this one is top tier to me.
This is wonderful. What's funny is when you go back and play Monkey Fight, you realize it's the most janky thing that they spent like 2 seconds doing.
Yeah, but that's what makes it good. Like, I don't care what anyone says about this. It's literally the most fun.
For life in Monkey Fight.
Ooh, that one was so good. Getting the big boxing glove with the spinny was the best.
And now we've got HD Rumble. I bet you that's good.
Ooh, that'll feel great when you get hit. It's gonna feel like you got hit right in the face.
But yeah, once again, Monkey Fight, that was my party game.
Oh yeah.
And glad it's back. And now I hope we can play all the different characters, which will make it better. Because now we can have Yakuza guy beating up Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And this was basically
beating up a Dreamcast.
This was Smash, but different. Mini game number 3 is Monkey Target, which is the second GOAT mini game.
I was gonna say, this is honestly one of my favorite ones. I don't know if I like this or Monkey Fight better, to be honest.
They're the two go-tos somehow, and I don't know why, because the others aren't bad, but
they're just some of the others are like very just like kind of meh to me.
But Monkey Target, you go off a big ramp, which is always fun.
Yeah.
And then you get to hit A to release your wings, the sides of your monkey ball.
That was kind of novel to me, honestly, when it came out, because I was like, the monkey ball opens up, what? It turns into wings?
And then you fly to an island with different point values.
Yep.
Bullseye obviously being the most.
Yep.
And you have to close your ball at the right time to where you will land on the island, which is
Yep.
hard in itself,
Yes.
and then stop on the highest point value.
Highest point
Because
value.
you have no control.
Yeah.
And that's a very touchy thing to
Yeah,
do.
because like the flight physics are different from than when you're in the ball, because it's like you're flying, you're very lofty, you're just like kind of going straight, but then right when you hit A again to close the ball, you're like very much just sinking.
You're
so,
stoned, yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't roll as far once you hit the island, so
Right.
you gotta learn that. It's like its own little
Yeah.
sub-physics.
In some of the stages, there's like a big island when it has like some average level points, and then there will be like another super super tiny island like beyond it that's like worth like double the points that you could get on the big island. So it's like very much like risk reward.
Right. It's a good betting game with your friends.
Sure. Gamble, kids.
Yeah, isn't that what this? Okay, then we'll go to the meh. Those are the three greatest mini games, and actually, now that I think about it, I think those are the three original ones.
Yeah.
Super Monkey Ball.
I think so.
That's why.
That's probably why everyone always played them, because those are the only ones.
The rest are, like I said, I still have affinity for, and none of these are any worse than anything you would find on the App Store for these games.
True.
So that's saying something.
They're solid, but they're just not as cool as the other ones.
Right. So then we've got Monkey Billiards, which I remember for being one, exactly like a Flash billiards game I used to play,
Yep.
and two, teaching me that a lot of people play pool not with the 8-ball rules, but with some stupid 9-ball rule that I could never understand. And that was the default that I always selected. So
Yep.
that's how I played Monkey Billiards.
All right. Yeah, I don't really have many memories of this because I was probably stuck playing Monkey Target, to be honest.
That's your answer for all these. Next is Monkey Bowling, which is notable for being the Wii Bowling before Wii Bowling.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah. You have to remember that these sports games weren't all compiled into a nice little package before Wii Sports.
that's
Before
true.
Wii Sports, we had Monkey Ball.
I need to say that more often. But Monkey Bowling had normal bowling.
Yeah.
My favorite part is the satisfying part of the direction arrow. So you would select where you want to stand, and then the direction arrow would go.
Oh, I do remember that.
And it was super fast, so you could not get perfect strikes
Right.
reliably. And yeah, it was bowling. The other part was you could play on wonky lanes that like had curves in them and jumps and
You're
stuff.
like bringing back all these memories that I've forgotten.
Which, once again, no self-respecting developer would do this today because it's completely pointless and not the real game. But for some reason, Monkey Bowling had 2 modes within bowling.
Yep. I do remember that.
Anything else?
No, it was fun. I do remember the curving stages. I remember that being incredibly difficult.
Oh yeah, they were a challenge. Next was Monkey Golf, which I think I played the least.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't remember this at all.
I couldn't tell you how many courses or holes there were. I'm pretty sure it was real golf. It wasn't just mini golf, which is the funniest thing.
Great.
Because if you're gonna make a monkey golf game, you would think, oh well, mini golf, it makes sense.
Yeah.
No.
No, just regular golf.
So yeah, monkey golf. Maybe I'll have to play that and give a review later.
Yeah, we'll have to play. We'll get the Banana Mania version of all of these.
Then we come to Monkey Boat. Which,
Monkey Boat.
which I wouldn't look down upon you if you don't remember.
I don't remember this at all. I'm looking at the screenshot on the wiki, and I do not remember this at all. It shows the baby with oars in both hands with only the bottom of the monkey ball.
Remember a long time ago when Super Mario Party came out and there was the mode where you're going down a raft
Yep.
or you're going down a river and a raft?
Yep.
That's Monkey Boat, except Monkey Boat is janky has rapids, is impossible control.
I'm seeing there's piranha torpedoes, there's whale bombs, there's whirling swirl.
It's Monkey Race, but even jankier.
But in the water.
Yes. They had really nice water splash effects. I remember that.
Oh, okay.
So
Next level water physics.
right for GameCube. That's
true.
So really, if you're looking for a showcase of the graphic capabilities of Monkey Ball Banana Mania, you play Monkey Boat.
Okay.
It looks amazing.
We'll see how it holds up.
Then we got Monkey Shot, which is literally shooting targets.
Yeah, it's like an on-rails shooting game. Like, I don't know why this was in here.
Yes, that again. Why? It's not terrible. It is playable.
Well, it's like a lot of these you'd think like, oh, we're gonna do like kind of use the monkey ball physics. We're gonna do something sort of monkey ball, and then there's just like this. It's like literally it's like first person if I remember right.
Yeah.
It's like okay, monkey ball.
So it's a very akin to Time Splitters and the number of modes in that.
Yeah.
And they're just in there because like
It's fun.
Because some developer thought, yeah, well, I can do this.
Right.
So yeah. Then there's Monkey Dogfight, which is also shooting people, but it's shooting people in the air. It's basically Star Fox, but with monkey balls.
Yeah.
It's also very playable. I had a lot of fun with this versus computers, actually.
Yeah, I feel like I never played this with actual people, but I did try it a few times with computers, and I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. Because it's the same, like, flight as Monkey Target.
Yep.
Feels kind of the same, so...
Right.
I enjoyed that. So
you just like flying monkeys.
I do. I like. Let's make a monkey ball game where it's just the flying part.
If everybody buys Banana Mania, maybe that's next. Then we get to the real sports. First is Monkey Soccer, which has been competing with FIFA for 20 years.
Forever, yes.
I don't like this game because it's way too easy to score, so I never played it.
I feel like I never played this, so...
The fact is...
Nothing about it.
It exists.
Are you actually trying to score a ball that is separate from the monkey balls? But you're in a monkey ball?
Right.
Okay.
The physics does not work out.
Okay.
But it happens. Then we have Monkey Tennis, which actually I think I played this the least because I couldn't tell you a single thing about it.
I feel like this was literally just like Mario Tennis.
Okay.
Like, I feel like they had the rackets, but the rackets went outside the monkey ball.
Yes.
And it was just... I feel like you could only move, like, horizontally. Like...
Ooh, that might be
I
it.
feel like there was, like... If you played, like, doubles, like, one person could be up by the net, the other person back on the back line, and that was it.
That sounds right. We'll go with it. And then finally, for me, Monkey Baseball.
Ooh, Monkey Baseball was really solid to me.
Monkey Baseball is a dream come true because it's a way to get people that hate baseball to play baseball.
It's a very simplified version, but it's actually fun. Like, I was surprised all the way that they made this actually work.
Right. So you have your pitcher monkey, and he comes toward the plate, and you can kind of control him and duke out the batter monkey by going past it, so like this way. And then the batter monkey just hits the ball, and you get hit by hitting it all the way to the wall, which has pockets.
Yeah.
That change depending on the at bat. If you like selected a thing on a roulette wheel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was a lot of randomness, but also there was some skill involved. If you were really good,
you could figure out how to aim and stuff and get where you wanted.
Right. But all you're doing is pressing A and doing the control stick. And for that reason, it's wonderful.
Very simple, but it's very satisfying.
I will be very disappointed if they didn't include both the grass and the Utopia fields from Monkey Ball 2 in Banana Mania.
Ooh, yeah.
We'll see.
That's kind of how it was in tennis too. I know they had like 3 different stage options. They had like a clay court and a grass court.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'm wondering if they really will add like everything that they had. You'd think they would.
Yeah, stay tuned to if I want to go on to the rant. That will be why. And those are all 12 mini games, I think. Yeah, 12 mini games in Banana Mania. All 12 that were in Monkey Ball 2. Which that astounds me that they've decided to replicate this crap extra stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if they're like, to me, this is kind of like their attempt at the best of all the games. Like, let's take the best of everything and then just mash it all together.
That's true.
So it's like, you know, people would be upset if they've left out their favorite mini games, and there was so few mini games. They're just like, let's just put all of them in. But they're easy enough to do.
They made it in Unity. They got like some 18-year-old kids working on this.
Hey, you guys want to learn how to do Unity? Here, come over and make a monkey ball stage.
I think that pretty much wraps up all the words I can say about Monkey Ball, and that was a lot.
Same, yeah.
You're not going to get more comprehensive coverage of
Monkey ball
on the internet.
You'd think that literally a ball with a monkey in it that rolls around, how much complexity can you get out of that? Well, obviously it's a lot.
Indeed. Sharing time or no sharing time?
I've got one sharing time thing that's kind of relevant to Monkey Ball.
Okay, sharing time.
So, sharing time for me, this is very coincidental. Randomly last night, I was watching a video, and it was talking about why some animals have claws versus nails or something. And whatever, watching it. And then they get to this point where they're talking about a certain kind of monkey lemur thing, and it is called an eye.
Wait, before or after Monkey Ball?
Spelled Ayeaye.
Oh.
So I was like, excuse me? Like, that like made my ears like perk up, like, oh, we're talking like a monkey lemur, whatever it is, like, and I've just been playing Monkey Ball, like, what is this? So apparently there is a animal called an Aye. It is a long-fingered lemur native to Madagascar. There you go.
This thing's gonna be disgusting.
It's kind of spooky. I mean, it's like
no,
it's just like a scary like possum weird thing. I don't really know. It's like an Australian rodent.
A rodent.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I'm glad that they went a different direction when they were designing Aye.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Do you think that's what the inspiration for the name came from, or completely unrelated?
Ooh, that has to be the name. That's too. I bet it is, but I bet they just had a monkey and they looked for types of monkeys, and then
Possible.
They matched up the name with this thing they created.
Well, and then I was also thinking, did you see some of the new characters in Super Monkey Ball? One was this one called like Yan or something. Yeah. She has like a lemur tail.
Right.
So I was like, oh, okay. Like, we're putting lemurs in now. Maybe this is kind of like a nod to the origins. Who knows? A lot of speculation here. Could probably make a video about this. We'll see.
The untold secrets of Super Monkey Ball.
I don't know. People might not make that connection.
I mean, I would have never, so I'll give you credit.
So that's all I've got. My very coincidental late night YouTube watching gave me my sharing time.
Well, I've come up with a sharing time very coincidentally while you said this by Googling Super Monkey Ball.
All right.
And finding something interesting.
Sure.
And this isn't interesting at all. But Aye's the only only monkey in Super Monkey Ball that never closes his eyes. So maybe going back to your creepy eye monkey.
Aye. Weirdly named Aye for then never closing the eyes. Huh.
We're talking about like when they laugh or when they go, magical spell is
Sure.
or like, all the other things they do.
Is this true for the remake? Is this true for...
this is in the original.
Oh, in the original.
I don't care about the remake when we're talking about stuff like
canon.
this. Yeah, canon.
It's not canon.
What I've also learned, and I'm kind of disturbed by, is that I and Mimi are the mother and father of Baby. I just kind of assumed they were all like happy friends.
It was just some baby that they abducted to go on their adventures with them.
Yes, that would have been much nicer.
What's the Gon relation? What's
Gon used to be I's rival, but now they're best friends.
I see. It's one of those. That's kind of like an anime trope. I feel like.
Exactly. Is Netflix coming out with a Super Monkey Ball anime?
In real life.
Oh.
In real life, we actually filmed it for them.
Check out our other video.
Shameless self-promotion.
But that's as much sharing as I want to do right now.
Same. We can share more next time.
Next time on the Rumble Pack Podcast. But I think that's it for this time.
That is it for this time. What do you want to say to the folks?
Sayonara, goodbye.
Sayonara, goodbye.
Hopefully it's not 2 months till we see you again.
Oh, it definitely won't be. So if you want to see our Monkey Ball video that we made, it's called, you can just search Super Monkey Ball in real life.
Link in the description below.
Link in the description below, come on. You'll see Devin's bright, shiny face holding up a little Sphero ball.
Sponsor us.
Shameless plug. If you want to see this episode, check out our YouTube channel at Fourshade Studios. You could probably also search Rumble Pack Podcast. If you prefer the audio version, you can listen at all places where podcasts can be found. This has been episode 54. We are signing out.
Bring in the dancing emojis.
Bye!